Hi everyone, welcome to Horse Confidence. Today I'm with Ashley and Seth Schafer. Hey, thank you. And I will let you, because you will explain you an exercise, I will let you talk, okay, about it. Okay. Because I know, Ashley, it's easy for you. Go ahead.
I talk a lot. I can't help it. Okay. Seth in our clinic that we're doing here today, he talked about backing circles on horses, and that is something that is really hard for me. It's something Seth does a lot to work on softness in the ribs and stuff like that, and it's definitely not my specialty. And sometimes I think it's easier. I know it's easier for me when I'm trying to learn something to see someone else with the struggle. You know, I can watch Seth do it and I'm like, oh, that looks easy and that looks good, and it's really hard for me when I try to do it. So I'm gonna attempt to do it, but I'm gonna have him walk me through the steps and tell me where to put my feet and where to put my hands in order for me to be able to back a circle on a horse. So, go ahead.
Sounds good.
Okay, first why don't you show us and then I'll try to do it.
Okay, so just the reason why I do a lot of this is it's another softening tool that I use to get them to respond to my hands, to stay behind the bridle, to get their shoulders elevated, to get them their hind end engaged as far as getting up underneath themselves. So I want to use my leg. For example, here, if I'm gonna back to the right, so I want to get her nose just a little bit to the left. Let me go out here in the middle a little bit more. Okay, so this mare in the clinic is a little more stiff to the right, so I'm going to do it to the right. So I'm going to start by asking her to come straight back, and then I'm going to release pressure on my on my left leg. I'm squeezing with my right leg, and I'm asking her to get soft right there behind the bridle while backing up, and I'm trying to get her to load up this right hind. See how she wants to be elevated right there? That's okay. I'm just going to step her front end across. Okay, I'm just trying to squeeze her back, and when she softens, then I'm going to bring her front end through. And what I'm doing while I'm doing that is I'm getting her to step up underneath of herself with her hind quarter while keeping her ribs soft and opened up to the direction that I'm going to go. And then when I feel her load up that hind quarter and be soft, then her front end is free. So I can just have her follow her nose. I'll try to demonstrate it to the left here. It's a little easier for her to do it to the left. So I'm loading up that right hind. I'm squeezing. I'm pulling just a little bit, asking her to come back. Right there, she got soft, and then I'll ask her front end. Sometimes I might have to smooch her through right there. So I'm just going to step her back. When she gets soft, that's the maneuver that I'm looking for, is for her front end to step through and be soft right there. So
Okay.
Go ahead, give it a try.
Is it going to be bad if it does it better than mine and it brings us 30 drives? Mine a lot more. Okay.
So shorten your hands. There you go. It's important to keep your reins.
I need the rein where I'm going to have his nose. I mean, maybe further down that rein a little bit.
Yep, just slightly, so that whatever direction you're wanting to go, you have their nose tipped that way. So if you're going to go to the left, you need a left tip, and you're going to ask him to load up his right hind in a backwards semi-circle arc motion.
First, I'm going to come straight back.
So squeeze him back. Yep. Now start squeezing him over to his right hind. So use your leg. Get his hip moved over more. There you go. See how he stepped over and loaded up? Do you feel that? Yep. Right there. Keep going. And when you feel his front end be free doing that, then just switch your legs. Relax your inside, squeeze your outside, and use your left hand to pull his front end across. That was decent, but he stepped behind. Did you feel him step behind himself right there?
So I need to push him more forward.
Yep. So right there where you ask him, when you feel that softness right here, and when you go forward, that's where you get your body forward.
Okay. I just
where
drawing back.
Yep. Yes, exactly. You were still drawing back where you need to follow your hand in a forward. So I would ask that horse to come back a couple more to really load up He's being just a little stagnant right there in his steps.
Would you go the same direction?
I would go the same direction until you achieve it. So just squeeze him over some more. Ask him to come back just a little bit more. Squeeze. Now take your left hand and switch your legs. There, go straight forward out of it. Very good. You feel how he stayed level, his front end stayed level on the ground, and he reached across. That's asking him to keep his rib picked up, but letting his front end come free.
So when you said squeeze more with my legs or pull more with my hands?
So we try not to pull too much because then we don't want to put ourselves in a dangerous situation. This can be a tough maneuver, and I'll just remind you guys of that at home, that if they get to where they start to feel light on their front end, you always need to do something different. But if they'll be responsive and soft to you, okay, I'm not really pulling back on her. I'm squeezing her back with my leg, but I'm holding her accountable with my front end. And then when I switch, did you see me switch my legs? I went from squeezing my left to hold. Let me try to get this angle for the camera. So right here, I'm squeezing with my left leg to load up the right hind. Okay, and then I just switch and basically open the door. Open the left door and use your right leg to bring your front end through and move forward.
You move a lot your hips too, not only your
Yes, it's from here down. I mean, I say legs, but it's turning your body, letting your body open up, just like you would be if you set your hand down on the back of a barrel. You're gonna open your hips and your body up to your next barrel, to your target. This is the same idea that I try to, not only is it softening, and I'm working on keeping them, that hind end loaded up, but this is where she wants to be a little stickier. That's okay. I'm just going to keep her when she softens. Then I open my hips up and move her forward to where she's stepping.
I'm going to try it to the right. Get out here where I have more room. Slightly down this inside rein.
Yep.
Get a little bit of nose before you start after.
Just a little bit.
But
you got to balance with your outside rein too. There you go. See how he's just wanting to kind of fall onto that? There you go. Feel him actually step up underneath himself. Good? Good. Go forward. You sat back, and so he sat back on his hind end too, and that's why his front feet hit each other. So when you get to that point where you switch your legs, where you want to step him through, you got to rock your body back into that forward movement. Get your hands wider.
Tell me when I'm ready to step him across.
Well, it's a feel. When you feel him,
when you see it.
all right, get your hands wider so that when you bring your right hand, when you bring his nose, he's got a direction to follow. Right, one more. Keep squeezing till he's soft. Right there. Go forward, forward, forward. Good. So she only got about a half turn right there. She wasn't able to do a full 180 through, but it was smooth. His front end stayed down and free, and he was stepping across. And that's the most important thing right there, is you can go from a backward motion to a forward motion. Right there, she's being a little sticky, so I'm going to get after her a little bit. And you might have to use not your spur necessarily, but use your leg just a little bit more to increase that speed to get where that foot will clear. So I go from a backward motion. See how smooth and nice that is right there? Where I can get her to get back, get her weight on her hind end, freely move her front end, and then go free out of it. Go forward motion out of it.
Okay, one more time.
One more time.
Nail it, because I just nailed it over there. You missed it on video.
Do it.
Okay, hands wider. Sorry. Okay, hands wider. Back up. I'm not going to be able to nail it now.
There you go. Keep squeezing until he relaxes his face too. There you go. Good.
Keep going now.
It looks pretty good there. Until you feel his hip clear. That was a lot better. Good. Very much so. And so as you guys can see, that Ashley even admitted that she struggles with, that feel right there. But if she keeps working on it, it'll start to be more confident for her, and that's going to go into him as well.
Yeah, I'm sure he would do it really good for Seth. As you know.
Yeah, but that's good. And that, if you want to see those guys, you work very well as a team. So if you want to have more detail about it and, have more trick, because you're a really, really good team together.
Thank you.
I have a wonderful day with you guys.
Thank you.
So thank you so much. So if you want to have more information, just click on the link and you will have all the detail about that online clinic that you can buy. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.